it's Linda from Homestead by the Lake. So today we are making homemade vegetable soup using our canned tomatoes and canned vegetable stock. A jar of my canned tomatoes, a jar of my vegetable stock, and out of the freezer I have asparagus, I have some garden green beans, I have some peppers chopped up, I have onion chopped up, celery chopped up, and some spinach. Oh, and I'm also going to be adding some beans. So in your pot with a little bit of oil, you want to add your 1 onion, 3 cloves of garlic, and you're going to need 2 stalks of celery, all chopped up. Oh. That looks good. So we are going to start to saute those vegetables, let them get a little cooked. And then you need 2 carrots. This up, about a half a pepper, any colored pepper you would like. You can do colors, you can do a green pepper, you can leave out the peppers if you don't like them. This soup, you can add any vegetables that you want. To add. All right. Woo! Watch out for those onions. They get you. I'm going to add my carrots. And I'm going to add some pepper. A half a pepper. So I have 3 colors here. So we'll do a little mix. Perfect. Maybe a little bit more. Okay. And I still have some beans from the garden. So we're going to add some of those. And you can add as much or as little as you want. The secret that really makes this delicious is your canned tomatoes and your homemade vegetable broth. But if you don't have those, you can use whatever you have. I think the flavor of your home canned tomatoes makes such a difference in this soup. Look at the size of that bean. For the next soup, and now I have some asparagus that I had put in the freezer. Let me see if this froze well, if I can use this. Yeah, it looks really good. And I am just going to use the tops and put those in there. I will still save the rest in the freezer for vegetable stock. And I'm going to add my carrots, my onion, and my garlic ends in this bag. And that will go in the freezer for stock. 1 box of broth, which I'm going to be using my canned broth, and you need 1 quart of tomatoes. So you can use stewed tomatoes, whole tomatoes, anything you want. Like in here, look at that, beautiful, right? So now what I want to do is add my vegetable stock. And my stewed tomatoes. Oh, they smell so good. Perfect. Now what I'm going to do is let this all come up to a boil, and then we're going to add our spices. And you can add any kind of bean that you want. I have black beans, so I'm going to use those. So I'm going to open this, drain them, and rinse them. All right, this is heating up. I'm going to add my spices. And what you need is salt, pepper, parsley, oregano, basil. That's everything. So we want 1 teaspoon of salt. We want a 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. We want 1 teaspoon of parsley. One 1/2 teaspoon of oregano. And 1/2 teaspoon of basil. Okay. Oh, it smells wonderful. In. And the last thing to put in is some sort of green, whatever you would prefer. I am going to use some chopped spinach. I've used kale in the past. I've used collards. They're all good, whatever type of green that you want to use. And as much as you want in there. I would do at least a 1/2 cup. As it's cooking, if you're looking at it and you think it needs more greens, you can throw more in there. That looks good. So now I'm going to let that come up to a boil, and I'm going to simmer it probably about a 1/2 hour, probably medium to low heat. Taste test it in between, see how you like it, see if you need to add any more spice. And that's it. It's such a simple vegetable soup recipe. So much better for you and healthier for you than what comes in a can. And the best part is it's homemade. We'll be back. All right, we are coming to a boil. And once that happens, we will turn it down. I'll put a lid on it, and we'll let it simmer for a 1/2 hour, and we'll check the veggies and make sure everything's done, and we'll do a taste test. It has been a 1/2 hour, so let's check our progress. I can tell you the smell is amazing. Let's do a little taste test. It's gonna be hot, hot, hot. Oh, it's just so good. Let me bring you over. It is so good. It's all done. It is delicious.